This screencast will be looking at petty cash funds. Let's start by defining it. A petty cash fund is an amount of cash kept on hand to pay for minor expenditures. Examples include the purchase of miscellaneous office supplies or the payment of postage expenses. The reason why a petty cash fund is established is because there are many instances when only a minor amount of cash is needed, and the process of writing a check is burdensome. Now that we understand the reason for a petty cash fund, let's look at the 3 steps involved in its operation. Step 1. Establishing the fund. A petty cash fund is established by writing a check for the amount of the fund, cashing the check, and then placing the cash under the care of an employee designated as custodian. To illustrate, suppose that on the 1st of April, Taylor Enterprises cashes a $900 check to establish a petty cash fund and gives the cash to Lucy, the custodian. On this date, Taylor would record the following journal entry. Step 2. Making payments from the fund. After the fund is established, the cash is used to pay for qualifying expenditures. There are 2 ways of making payments. Cash can be taken from the fund to make payments, or employees can seek reimbursement from the fund for payments they have personally made. It is important to note that journal entries are only recorded when the fund is replenished. Step 3. Replenishing the fund. As the cash in the fund decreases, the fund must be replenished. To do so, the remaining cash in the fund is counted, and the company cashes a check for the amount that brings the total cash in the fund back to the original balance. The receipts in the fund are then used as documentation for recording expenses. To illustrate, suppose that on the 31st of April, Lucy examines the petty cash fund and prepares the following report. When a petty cash fund is replenished, the amount of cash needed for replenishment should equal the total amount of receipts. However, this is not always the case, as the custodian may not obtain all receipts or will give incorrect change. This results in a discrepancy between the cash needed for replenishment and the amount of receipts. In such cases, the discrepancy is charged to an account called cash over and short. To illustrate, assume the same facts as previously, except that Lucy counts only $168 of cash in the fund before replenishment. In this case, a check must be written for $732 to fully replenish the fund. However, there are only $730 of receipts. The $2 difference is charged to the cash over and short account as follows. Thanks for watching!